Hello, thanks for watching today. This is the newest episode of Burgers and Bourbon, although I think at this point we just need to start calling it Bourbon.
Well, yeah, just Bourbon. We've been arguing about what name to call this for, 3 months?
At least, yeah. I think we pretty much ditched the burgers. We talked about that before.
Yeah, we're done with burgers.
And so we're just, at this point, just trying bourbon. We're just showing the lushes that we really are here on Friday afternoons, which is usually when we record these. And It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, week before Derby here. So anyway, today we've got a guest here with us, Daniel Weber. We just shot a Money Puzzle episode with him, talking about what you see. A lot of people make mistakes as far as their tax preparation is concerned. So he's sticking around. He's going to shoot a couple episodes of bourbon with us here today.
Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So glad you could join us here today. So today we've got Harper Cabernet Cask.
IW Harper.
Or IW Harper. IW Harper Cabernet Cask Reserve. I have not had IW Harper regular.
You have? Okay.
I have not had that one. I have not had Cabernet Cask for sure. So, Chris, I will let you talk about this one. I know you were the one that selected this bottle.
Yeah, I actually bought this. Well, first of all, IW Harper, if I remember correctly, Daniel, that's a Jim Beam distillery. Is that right? I honestly don't remember. I'm thinking that's right. But IW Harper is a really, really good bourbon. Very popular. Comes in a super cool glass.
It does.
Almost like a decanter type of look. Similar to what this one looks like, if Miss Producer will throw that picture up on the screen. The original IW Harper, it doesn't have a sticker on it to show the pattern. It's the actual pattern in the glass.
Right.
So I think people are a little bit scared of this one because the bottle's not quite as cool, and they put a sticker on it, but I'm willing to try stuff. So I actually bought this for our bourbon night, which we do the second Thursday of every month right here in the office, 6:30.
As you can see, this is not a
yeah,
brand new bottle,
we haven't.
So.
This was bought for that.
Yeah.
And it is a Cabernet Sauvignon, so a red wine, finished. So we've done these kind of things before, but this one was somewhat different. They take the regular IW Harper, and when they're finished aging it, they put it into a Cabernet cask that's used. So I don't know how long they leave it in there. I would suspect probably 3 months or so.
Probably.
And then it picks up some of that wine flavor, and then they bottle it. So you could argue it's technically no longer bourbon because you've done something to it, but it's bourbon that's been aged a little bit differently. Took it to the bourbon night. It was a super big hit, but I did want to make a point about this one. If you notice, every time that you watch one of these episodes, we're using different glasses. And like the Glencairns that both of the guys are using will intensify the nose of a whiskey. Whereas a rocks glass or even a fancy little rocks glass like this is not going to have as much effect. I am a big fan of a snifter like you would use for brandy. And when we had our bourbon night, it was actually this glass. I poured that. I was looking so forward to trying it. I took a little smell of it to get the nose, and it was overpowering. It was horrible. And then I took a sip of it and it had no taste. And I was like really disappointed because I wanted this one to be good. But one of our buddies, Bill Reynolds, said, you know what? Glass makes a difference. Pour it into a regular rocks glass. And I did, and then I smelled it, and it was much more pleasant because it wasn't so overwhelming. And because the nose wasn't so overwhelming, the taste was really good. And it was a big hit. I mean, you can see how much of it was drank that night with just people taking little samples. So anyway, that's the story behind the IW Harper Cabernet.
So you've had this.
I have had this, and I really do like this.
Daniel and I have not.
I've not.
So this
So
is our
I'm not
first
going to
time.
say anymore. I'm going to let you all kind of see what you think.
Okay. Well, the nose is really good. A little sweet.
It is a little sweet.
A little sweet. So. I'm a fan.
That's good stuff, isn't it? Wait till I tell you how much that cost.
Get a lot of red fruit in that.
Yeah, little fruit.
There's a good aftertaste.
Yep.
It's not harsh.
It's
It sticks with me, but it's not harsh.
what's the proof on
good.
this?
90.
It's 90 proof.
It's
Okay.
90 proof, yeah.
So it's not an extremely hot whiskey.
No. very smooth.
But
very,
it's
very smooth.
it's
actually.
smooth. It's got a very pleasant finish on it.
Long finish too.
Yeah, it's very long. I'm still getting it. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Now, I think I paid $45 for that.
That's crazy.
So that's not an overly expensive bottle.
Not at all.
I think this is one that could get discovered and cause the price to go up a little bit, especially if they were to rebottle that with something that was a little bit more attractive bottle like the original IW Harper.
So basically, what you're saying is we need to stop filming immediately.
Immediately,
because what I don't need in this town is more bourbons that
Correct.
I can't find at a good price.
So, well, actually, we could go out immediately and just go buy up all of it that we can find, and then really push the podcast.
Well, then you're creating the demand, so yeah, you're causing the problem.
There you go.
Not a problem for us if we already have it all right. No, this is a good. I like this one.
Very pleasant.
Yeah.
No, we haven't cut it yet.
No.
Try it with some ice.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that I will not like this nearly as much when it gets watered down a little bit.
This
I
isn't-
think this is really good as
This
is.
isn't one that I think needs
No, I
needs
agree.
to be cut at all.
But let's cut it and see what it does. The ice cube is sticking to the scoop.
We'll cut it out in post, right?
Yeah, there you go. We need to get some tongs. We had some tongs, but we can't find them, so
There you go. All
there
right.
you go. Thanks, sir.
I feel like the nose falls off.
Yep, sure does.
It's almost gone.
Not bad, but it doesn't need the ice.
Yeah, no, that's okay. All right, so
The
Miss Producer,
the
are
finish,
you?
the finish is gone. It loses a
Yeah,
lot.
it does.
It loses a lot of the finish.
All right, so
Cut it.
let's try this one. So Miss Producer back here is not an experienced bourbon drinker. She's working on it. Did you try it with any ice in it?
No, it doesn't need it.
Okay, so she's drinking it neat, and I got 2 thumbs up from behind the camera, so that ought to tell you something right there. Maybe I might try to convince my wife to try this. I've been battling that for years.
No
and-
shiver, right?
Yeah, yeah, she didn't shiver at all. So, I think the next one that we're going to record, I don't even think she's going to try that one because
Probably
she's
not.
scared of it.
Yeah,
We'll get to that later.
We're gonna have to add that to like future episodes. The shiver index.
The shiver, oh, that's good.
I like that.
If
All right,
Whitney
okay.
back there like
So, wait a
shivers
minute.
when
So
she
how are we
takes
going to do
the-
this? The shiver index, maybe do it on a 10 scale.
Yeah.
So 10 being you shiver to the point you can't drink this, or do you want to make that the 0? What do you
Well, I
think?
think it's got to be based on her reaction because I don't think any of us are gonna be up here.
No,
shivering.
we're not going to be sitting here doing that. So, all right, we'll work on that one. My verdict on this one is it's okay with the cube of ice in it, but I wouldn't go out and buy another glass of it.
No.
On the other hand, just drinking this neat, this is really good. Lots of flavor,
This
but
is-
it's not overwhelming at all.
I agree.
It's a great neat pour.
Yeah, it
for
does.
sure. Absolutely.
And it definitely picks up that wine flavor. You were talking about the fruit
get
that you
the
were
red
picking
fruit.
up. Yeah, that's the grapes. There it
Yep.
is. So good stuff. All right, so Daniel, you're new to us. So we typically rate this 10 scale. 10 being the greatest whiskey ever. We've never gotten a 10 on the show. And you get down into below 5, and it's typically, I'm not going to spend that money. And keep in mind, at the price, this is a $45 bottle. If this was a $200 bottle, I'd be very disappointed.
I would too.
But at 45, it kind of changes your perspective. So I guess we'll go first. Let the guest go last, so he has some time. What do you think, Eric?
I mean, I'm an 8 or a 9.
Really, that high?
I like it. I like
So-
it a lot. It's easy. It's got a good taste.
Mhm.
There's no harshness at all. Some people like the harshness. I'm okay with it,
Right.
but I don't love it.
Now, you and I both like old fashions. Would you consider putting that in an old fashioned, or you don't want to ruin it by using it in a cocktail?
I probably wouldn't. I mean, listen, I would put it in an old fashioned, but that wouldn't necessarily be my first pick.
Right.
Usually, if I'm going to do something with an old fashioned, I'm going to do something, either cheaper or harsher to mellow it out a little bit.
See, that would be my concern. This doesn't have enough bite to punch
Yeah.
through the stuff that you'd put in it in a cocktail.
It definitely wouldn't stand up in a
No,
cocktail.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so I think it's perfectly fine without one. Drink it neat. Yeah, we're good there.
I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this a 6, but that's not. I'm not trying to be condescending on it at all, because there's so many of them out there that I just absolutely love that I would only give an 8 or a 9 because I've got to leave something above that. But I will not hesitate to buy another bottle of this, and I would even say at a 6, this is probably going to have a permanent spot on the bar. When that one's gone, I'll buy another bottle.
See, I'm a big value guy, so I'm including that as well. Because if you can
Yeah.
get this for
At 45
50
bucks, yeah. I will be very disappointed if the price on this one goes up a lot. $5 or $10, I'd be
Yeah,
okay
I
with.
mean, I've had more than enough bourbons at 60,
Yeah.
70 plus that aren't going to go down quite as easy as this one. So.
All right. So before Daniel answers, full disclosure, Daniel is a true bourbon fanatic.
Yes.
He has a pretty serious collection. Is that fair to say?
Very
Are you willing to say how many bottles are in your collection?
If I knew the number, I would tell you.
So
But
that right there should tell you something. He doesn't even know the number. I think I've probably got 30 or 40.
I'm-
Yours is a little higher than that by probably an order of magnitude.
I think I'm pushing over 400.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that big.
I've got
Okay.
a walk-in closet full.
I knew you were into it. I didn't know you were that
Yeah.
into it. Jeez. Yeah.
So, all right, what do you think?
I'd give it a strong 6 or a 7, especially for the money.
Yeah.
At $45, it's great.
Yeah. And at least for right now, readily available. So if you go up to, until everybody start watching this, then they're going to buy it. If you go out to any of the major liquor retailers here in the area, you should be able to find this. I bought this at the little local liquor store out in Shelbyville where I live, where you never know what he's going to have in there because he doesn't have as much space. I'm very pleased.
Very pleasant.
It's all right. That's all I got.
Absolutely. Anything to add?
That's all I got. No.
Well, thanks for watching.
Add this.
Thanks for watching this episode of Burgers and really just bourbon. I appreciate your time.
Bourbon and bourbon.
Absolutely. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, click that red subscribe button. Share with any friends, family members you'd like to, share it with. If you have any questions or would like to give us a call to talk about any of your financial planning needs, give us a call, 502-200-5210. Thanks for spending some time with us
Give
here.
Daniel a chance to pitch his business
Absolutely.
while we got him on here.
Go ahead, Daniel.
I'm CPA with Goodman & Weber CPAs. Phone number is 502-339-0342.
Thank you.
Thank you.